Hey shooters, this is Joe Lowley from Precision Match Timer, and we are going to be doing the March 2023 Course of Fire for the NRL 22. Quick recap on February. I shot at 17 South in Midway, Georgia, and we had a good match, lots of shooters, 45 or 46 shooters I think. And winner of the match was Scott Joyner. I've shot with Scott a lot. He's a very good shooter. He got me by 2 shots. And Ken Martinez got me by 1. So I actually came in third, even though I had about 95% of the score. So good shooting, guys. And it's always a good time shooting with you. Stage 1, tired of tires. On the start, shooter will shoot 2 shots at near and then 2 shots at the far target from the following positions: on top of the vertical tire, on the flat tire, and then on the leaning tire. So this is a 12-shot stage. Targets are at 1.5 inches at 65, which is about 0.6 mil, and 2.5 inches at 75, which is 0.9 mil. So the hardest thing about this stage is the tires. Tires are bouncy. And it's a tough prop to shoot off of at times, especially when they're upright, like this first one is. Hopefully it is strapped to a post or something. Otherwise it could be dangerous for new shooters especially. I'm not a big fan of the upright tire for that reason. But it is a difficult position when it's upright. It is very bouncy. When it's down, the second 2 positions are not as bad. You can get in some kind of prone position and be all right. But let's take a look and see what we can do out in the yard. All right, tires, which is the bounciest thing we have. I think it's one of the toughest props we have. This and sawhorse. But I'm going to try this without anything, for it to be strapped to, and we're going to see what happens with it. Make sure it's all right. So I'll go up here. I'll use the big ass bag on my back knee, and then I will come down here to a kind of a prone, and then I will probably try to do the same off of the smallest part here on the leaning tire rather than up here. I'd rather get low if I can, and I think that'll work. So let's see what happens. Shooter ready? Engage. Not too bad. That position was really steady with this rear bag. I skipped the rear bag on this one, and it maybe got a little harder to do, but it wasn't too bad. I probably should have used it. And plenty of time to dial with 2 minutes. less than 2 minutes, I might not have. But otherwise, I think that's a relatively straightforward stage. Stage 2, shoot happy thoughts. On the start, shooter will shoot one shot at each target from the 4 positions of the tank trap. That's the 3 tips and the center. Note, this is a 12-round stage. So our targets are going to be at 1.5 inch target at 50, about 0.8 mil, 2.5 inches at 77, 0.9 mil, 3 inches at 100, a 0.8 mil. So my take on this is that 4 positions, 3 distances, that's a lot of work. So you're probably going to have to use holdovers. I don't think there's going to be enough time to dial. Even with 2 minutes, I still think dialing is going to be a little much. To dial it 3 times, 4 different positions. So let's figure out what our holdovers are, and then we will, get out on the range and try to figure out this stage. All right, tank trap stage. Like I said before, the difficult thing about this is how many positions there are and how many different target distances there are. 12 shots, and I think what we're going to have to do is hold over on this. It shouldn't be too bad a holdover. I have 0.8 and 1.7. I'll probably hold 1.8, and I usually don't have a problem with the 10th. It's plenty big target, but 0.8 is easier to find for me. So let's let's shoot it with what we normally shoot tank trap stage with. I use the Area 419 bag, and that's it. And it is all I need. I used to have a lot of trouble with tank traps, and I practice it. I bought the knuckle here, and I've been practicing with it, and now I find that they're one of the easiest ones for me. So let's go ahead and do it. Shooter ready? Engage. "40 seconds. Maybe I could have dialed." That was a lot of time left. And rock solid. I was very, very solid. That last shot, I may have pulled just a little bit, but otherwise, it was a pretty darn solid. As it always is. And especially if I can get to the kneel, it's better. This one was upstanding. This one is a weird angle. I tried to shoot them in different configurations, because you never know what's going to be when you get there. And this one's a little odd, but worked out just fine. So let's try the next one. Stage 3, St. Patty's race. So this is a prone position. On the start, the shooter will go prone, shoot the 2 targets in the following order. You're going to go near, then far, far, near, near, far, far, near, near, far. So start with 1, then you go 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. And then it is a 1 inch at 55, that's about 0.8 mils, and a 2 inch at 89, which is a 0.6 mil. I think there is plenty of time to dial here, so I don't think that'll be a problem, but it is a time stage. So if you want to get a quicker time, you might consider a holdover. My holdover seems to be about 1.4. So, you know, it's not too hard to hold over to find in your reticle. And for time's sake, maybe I'll try it. I might practice both. But anyway, let's get on the range and see what we can do.
All right, this is the prone stage. It is also the timed stage. So I am going to try this with holdovers and see if I can shoot it fast while still, you know, getting good trigger pulls and not rushing it too much. I have a 0 and a 1.2 mil hold for the back, so shouldn't be too bad. Let's see what we can do. Shooter ready, engage. .123 this time. So obviously I'm shooting pretty fast. I'm not really waiting to see impacts, so I'm going to be a little slower than that, especially if there's any wind and I have to hold off. That could definitely change things a lot, especially at the far targets. So I would say I'm going to be at least 10 seconds slower than that. So I think it's a pretty easy holdover. So like I said, unless there's a lot of wind and I'm worried about getting enough impacts, then that's the way I'm going to run it.
Stage 4, buckets and barrels. On the start, the shooter will shoot 2 shots each in the following manner. Go to the 5-gallon bucket and shoot the far target twice. Then move to the barrel, which is on its side, and you're going to shoot from the left, then the middle, then the right, at the near target. That'll be 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 shots. Then you move to the 2-gallon bucket and shoot 2 shots at the far target. So that near target is a 2-inch at 68, which is about 0.8 mils. And the far target is a 2-inch at 88, which is about 0.6 mil. So this is a good positional type of prop to shoot off of. The buckets we've done lots. The barrel, even on the side, we've done a good bit. The barrel, you got to watch with it rolling a little bit, but let's get out on the range and, you know, see what we can do with it. All right, buckets and barrels. 2 shots, 2, 2, 2, and 2. The buckets we're shooting far. The barrel we're shooting near. I am again going to use the Area 419 plate with the medium bag. I'm gonna have my big ass bag behind me for this. This is the one I'm a little worried about, and also that one maybe. That bucket, a lot of times I can get it up behind me, and this one I may need as a rear bag. So yeah, I'm gonna take them with me and see how this shoots. Shooter ready, engage. All right. Obviously, you'll see this is tough. I think a lot of times these are made so they don't roll quite as much. I don't have anything here, and it's on the grass. Usually when we shoot concrete, there's usually something stopping it from rolling. But if not, my rear bag did nothing to help me. Let me see if there's anything I could have done. It's better. So maybe it helped a little bit. A lot of times you have to go down by rolling forward a little bit or rolling back to lift it back up, if there isn't anything stopping it from rolling. So that's just another thing to consider, is you can get a little bit of help from it. But it does tend to bounce a little bit because of that, as you can definitely see. So good. Let's try the next one. Stage 5, 0 lux given. So this is a rooftop stage. So on the start, the shooter will get on the rooftop, all the way on the rooftop, no touching the ground, and engage each target once from large to small, then repeat. So everything's at 45 yards. First target is a 1 inch, is a 1.5 inch, which is about a 0.9. And then it's the rest of the KYL, which is a 1 inch, 0.6 mil, 0.75 is about 0.5 mil, half inch, 0.3 mil, and then the 1/4 inch target at 0.2 mil. Then you'll do it all again, 1.5, 1, 0.75, 0.5, 0.25. This does not say hit or miss to move on, so you're going to take a shot at each one, whether you hit it or miss it. And quite frankly, I much prefer that. Hit or miss to, or hit to move on is just complicated for new shooters. So I think it's much easier, just take one shot at each. So let's get out on the range and see what we can do with that. Okay, rooftop stage. We haven't done one of these in a little bit. And it is rooftop facing in the best direction, not one of those sideways ones or anything. So, but this one is shooting at the KYL rack. So we have to be pretty steady. A lot like this last month where we shot off the Sawhorse, and I missed both 1/4 inch, both from low and high, and sometimes that can be ammo. So you just do the best you can and make good trigger pulls. And I think the best thing to do here is to put a bag. You can easily just put a straight game changer up top. And I really like a big bag of some kind of underneath you, and acts as a good rear bag, and it gets you pretty darn steady. So let's go ahead and try it. All one distance. Engage. All right. Might have pulled off. 53 seconds, lots and lots and lots of time. I might have pulled off that last one. Let's see if I can get this bag up a little higher. Helps a little bit. I need to pull it up a little bit more. It's always challenging to move your bag while you're on the rooftop, and you got to really watch your trigger finger. I'll be honest with you, the only time I've ever DQ'd a match was that center fire PRS match, and it was an adjustment of the rear bag like this, and my finger was too close, and even though I just missed the target, I did call it on myself and say that I was not on, and it was a DQ. So called it on myself, took myself out of the match, which is the right thing to do. But so this is one you really should watch, and otherwise I think we're done. All right, shooters, thanks for watching, and I hope you've gotten a little bit of an idea of what to expect in March. And I am going to be at 17 South again with match director Johnny Sprinkle, and he always puts on a good match. We have been having some fantastic turnouts. He said last match that we were the 3rd largest in the country for NRL 22, and so they'll just take a few more and we'll be the top spot. So if you are anywhere in the area, please come out and shoot, and I look forward to seeing you.